So for you, obviously, like you loved your time, it sounds like in NXT, and then like the developmental and the product is, obviously taking a change here since 2019. How has it been for you, kind of watching that evolution, that change in direction for them creatively and from like a recruitment standpoint as well?
So listen, like this is probably a controversial thing amongst my own colleagues and whatever else, but I felt something did have to change, right? I noticed it when, especially towards the end of my time there, NXT had found too much of a formula, and when everybody was kind of wrestling the exact same way, it got noticeable and like it was hard to watch, because there was all this super talented wrestlers, and then you'd have the next group coming through trying to do the same stuff, and then the athletes and stuff who they've signed, they just aren't able to do that kind of style, and I think that was maybe an issue. So it didn't surprise me that something changed. Like, am I gutted for a lot of my friends, who got caught? Of course I am. Listen, like, a lot of people had food taken off the table by WWE with their terrible decisions, but at the same time, did something have to change? Absolutely. Are they going to end up signing 100 college athletes? Yes, they will, and maybe only one will work out, but then that's, to them, is going to be their win. You know what I mean? So I understand that's the avenue they're going to go for. It'll probably work for them, but it probably won't. But then they'll cycle back and they'll do something where they'll bring the best of the indies in again, and it's what they've done. It's what they've done for 50 years. They'll find the best of the territories, then they'll try to make their own. Then it doesn't work, or it does work. Then they'll bring in the best from the territories. Then they'll try to make their own again. It's what happens in business. I get it. And there's a bunch of the guys who I'm very excited for, like the Creed brothers, two guys with fantastic attitudes who they actually came in and worked with me outside of WWE. So like, fair play to them. They've actually got the wherewithal to try and be more. So I've got mad respect for that. We've got Bianca Corelli just gets signed there. She's somebody who I was training with beforehand as well, before she gets signed. So there's ones there who definitely have great attitudes and stuff like that. I'm delighted for the likes of Braun Breaker, because when I first saw him, like, he maybe had one match, right, and he just did 2 or 3 things that I was like, shit, that's different. Good for him. Like, and like, look, he's had like 15 matches, and he's already done matches on Raw and stuff like that. So good for him, because like, there was something different about him. So I think the way developmental was, a lot of guys weren't getting the opportunity, like the Babatundes, the big Omos guy, Giant Omos. So they weren't getting opportunities on NXT TV. So that's where it was a problem. These guys weren't getting ready for Raw or SmackDown. So of course something has to change. And I noticed it, like, when we were doing matches and stuff like that. And it's like, you're like, it's a very similar formula in every match. You know what I mean? Whereas that's not what the main roster is. That's not what the main product's going to be. You know what I mean? The main roster's a circus. There's all kinds of different styles and environments, shapes, sizes. So if you're not preparing for the main roster, then obviously there's something that needs to change. So from that part, I get it. I'm a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan forever. Was I gutted at the time? Of course I was. Listen, like, I think there's a lot I could have given to the next crop of guys. I think I was actually training people the day I got fired. So it's one of those things. But listen, at the same time, what is WWE's loss will be the rest of the world's gain, because what I'm able to take out to the rest of the world, brilliant. I'm going to be able to help influence the next group of people in America or Europe, or even maybe in Japan, whatever else. So I'm going to be able to take my knowledge and help the rest of the world, and I'm more than happy with that. I can tell you that.
Hey, look, I don't know a single person that did not like your pairing with Drake Maverick. I think
just me then. So am I the only one who disliked it? Is that how it works?
You were a real asshole to him, and you need to apologize to Drake. He's a plucky little fellow who's trying his best, okay? And
listen, you obviously have not spent time with Drake Maverick if you're thinking that he's a great person, right? Listen, what you saw on screen was exactly how it was off screen. I can tell you. He still annoys me when he calls me or texts me. When we're in a group chat together, he still pisses me off then. Even when I hear stories from him from other people, it still pisses me off. So that's no, Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick is one of those guys I've known Drake Maverick maybe 17 years or something, right? I absolutely adored Spud as a person, as a guy, but he does do everything to annoy me at all times. So what you saw there was about as close as it gets to reality, I can tell you.